Last week, I talked about how you become a good communicator. And for the TLDR crowd, I gave 5 tips. Number 1, know your audience. Number 2, share more often and more broadly. Number 3, be relevant. Number 4, get out of your echo chamber. And number 5, stop being so precious. You can click here and go watch it if you haven't watched it already. But that really only scratches the surface of communicating.
'Tis but a scratch.
Whether you're trying to get an idea across, describe what you or your company does, sell a product, start a movement, teach a concept, or just get people to care about something near and dear to you, communicating is harder than it looks. In fact, it may be the biggest challenge we face.
I accept that challenge.
So today I'm going to cover part 2 of communication, how to effectively present your idea. My name is Tara and this is Truly Social. Your message needs to be able to travel in all forms through all sorts of noise, and there is a lot of noise out there.
All the noise.
You aren't the only one who's trying to get the attention of your audience. Every person you're trying to reach is inundated with tens of thousands of messages per day from thousands of sources. In order to have a chance of breaking through, you need to capture someone's attention with the right message at the right time. So how do you know what the right message is and the right time? Well, you can't fully. Sure, there are tools that can help you target your message better, which will be another topic for a whole other video. But even with the best tools, you're likely to connect with only 1 to 2% of the intended recipients at any given time. And for that teeny tiny small percentage, you really need to grab them and speak to them in a way that they understand and that they connect with.
Now you're speaking my language.
So the first lesson on how to effectively present your idea is to have what is called an elevator pitch. An elevator pitch is a message that is short and sweet enough that you could deliver it in a short elevator ride.
You guys got 30 seconds. Blow my mind.
Okay.
All right.
If you had 30 seconds with your exact perfect target audience, or more like 3 or 6 seconds in internet time, could you describe what you do or you offer? In my last video, I talked about finding a quick way to describe your company in relation to what the audience understands and loves. Like, we're Spotify, but for makeup. That's one version of an elevator pitch, but there are definitely more. The second lesson is to be visual. More and more, we live in a visual-driven world. Walls of words will make your intended audience back out of what you're presenting, make their eyes glaze over. Complex ideas are difficult to really grok in the mind's eye. A great visual will help with understanding this tenfold. Like them or not, presentation decks like PowerPoint work well for a reason.
When you asked if I knew PowerPoint, I said, yes.
The best ones visualize what the presenter is trying to explain to the audience or give a visual context to the concept. A picture truly is worth 1,000 words. The third one is my personal favorite. Have you heard of Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey? It goes like this. All great stories follow the path of the hero's journey. It starts with a character who has a pretty normal life, but then there's a call to action. But the hero ignores that call because, well, they're comfortable with where they're at. But then something happens that they simply cannot ignore, and it takes them across the threshold. The next section of their journey is filled with adventure, a series of challenges building up and up and up until there's a final challenge, and the hero dies. Well, figuratively quite often, but sometimes actually. But don't worry, as we all know and experience, the hero has been reborn. He or she has crossed a new threshold and now has a new normal. They've leveled up. Think of your audience as the hero, and you are Gandalf, delivering the call to adventure. You need to deliver such a compelling argument that it takes them across the threshold to battle their doubts until you deliver them a new normal where your idea is part of their own narrative. As I said in the last video, telling a story rather than selling a product or pitching an idea is the best way to have your ideas stick. Stories are the Trojan horses of the idea world. Number 4 is Maya, which stands for most advanced yet acceptable. It was an idea I read about just recently in Derek Thompson's awesome book, Hitmakers: The Science of Popularity in the Age of Distraction. It's an idea that the father of industrial design, Raymond Loewy, created and lived by. The concept is this: if you try to sell an idea or something that is too different from what people already understand, they'll reject it. They won't understand it. They'll ignore it.
We fear change.
This is why being on the bleeding edge of innovation or being the first mover can prove as detrimental to your success as being too late to the party. In terms of communication, this is all about making sure your message is advanced enough to excite people, but not so advanced as to scare them off. Think about learning in increments. And finally, if you want your message to really connect with your audience, don't try to connect with them logically. Connect with them emotionally. Make them laugh, make them think, give them hope, make them cry, inspire them, fire them up, fill them with awe. But whatever you do, don't try to rationalize with them. Even the people who think they're really rational are actually driven by emotion. It's human nature. I really hope that my communication connects with you. If you like this video, I put out others like this most every week, so click subscribe and the bell to be the first one notified when I publish. My name is Tara, and this has been Truly Social.